What's going on, guys? Got another gameplay video for you guys today. This time it's going to be my ShineGreymon yellow build versus my opponent's purple Piedmon slash Metalgarurumon. Basically just a lot of good purple cards from like the first two booster sets. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the commentary. I do want to say though, I really appreciate the support I've been getting the past couple of weeks on my channel. Thank you to you guys who are liking my videos, commenting on my videos, and just supporting me in general. I really appreciate it. Now, if you do enjoy my videos and you do enjoy the Digimon TCG and you want to see more Digimon content, please subscribe to my channel. You won't miss. Make sure to subscribe to my channel so you can get all the latest updates. I do post pretty frequently. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get into it. You'll see my opponent's been making some moves here. He's just got a bunch of rookies on field. He's just going to start swinging. I think the goal of his deck was just to like set up for Beelzemon for one, but then just like get cards in his graveyard to, recur with Grizzly Wings, and then just cycle through his deck with cards like Tapirmon. You'll see I have a couple of ShineGreymon in my hand. My hand's like alright. So far, you'll see that I also have a couple of Tamers as well. I was able to get off Rise Greymon, which is great, but he does drop the Chimeramon, which puts me at 7 memory, but still he was able to stop my attempt to set up ShineGreymon. Now, you could argue it probably wasn't the greatest time to drop ShineGreymon anyways, seeing as how I only had one Tamer on the field. With that extra 7 memory, I'm going to be able to do a lot this turn. So you'll see I'll summon that Petermon, and then I think I was debating, might as well play the TK. I have 5 memory. This will get me not only another Tamer on field, but then will also allow me to just sift through my security and get whatever I want. I added the Repamon there. And then now my hand's looking like okay, because now I got the Sirenmon set up, which is awesome. I love Sirenmon because it's such a low cost. You'll notice that like he did get rid of my Rise Greymon with the Chimeramon, but the problem is that, well, I don't know if it's a problem. Like, it's a give and take, there's always consequences to what you do, but he did allow me to set up for this new play where now I'm in essentially a better position, because not only do I have an ultimate on field, but now I have 2 Tamers. I draw a third one, so I'm at 3 memory, so I probably won't activate that TK right away. I could end up just dropping ShineGreymon. If I want to prevent any Mega levels from hitting the field, I could just get rid of that Chimeramon immediately. And then Upamon also has that inheritable effect where if my security is 3 or less, whenever I attack, I'll draw a card, which doesn't apply now, but if he does decide to start attacking in my security, I'll be ready for that. So I do end up using ShineGreymon's effect to rest my 2 Tamers and then get rid of that Chimeramon. Now, he does actually have that Devimon in the back, you'll see, and I wasn't... I don't know if I wasn't aware, I just like didn't care that it had Vengeance. And if you're not aware that what Vengeance does, it's an ability that a lot of purple Digimon do have where if they battle a Digimon and they're the only ones destroyed, you basically kill the opponent's Digimon or whatever battled it. So it's kind of like a 1-for-1. It's really good because, he could trade his Devimon for my ShineGreymon if I do decide to attack. So I do have to be cautious here. So we'll see that he has 2 purple Digimon on field, and then now he's going to drop that Myotismon. Such a great cost. I'm a fan of 2 cost ultimate cards. They're just so good in setting up for your mega plays. You'll see I drew another ShineGreymon there, which is kind of unfortunate. I seem to not be getting the best hands, but that kind of happens when you're when you're first testing out your decks and you're not sure at what ratios you should run everything. So I got a couple Repamons in my hand. I decide to just throw that down over the Patamon to draw another card. I draw into a Glorious Burst, which is nice. I don't think I'll use it yet. I'll probably just keep it in my hand to deal with something troublesome if it comes up. It is nice that I have 2 Tamers already on field. So if I do decide to use that Glorious Burst, it'll only be a 7 cost. Yeah, so I did go ahead and attack with the ShineGreymon to reveal a Gabumon and security. So we're both tied at 4 security cards. and I've got a decent amount of cards in hand. I don't have any. I feel like I don't have any follow-up plays though. If he does get rid of my ShineGreymon right now, the Repamon will come out next turn, but I don't have any rookies to put down, and nor do I have any ultimates, so I probably won't be dropping ShineGreymon unless I draw into some. So yeah, you're going to see a Repamon down. Um, Now the good thing about Repamon is that it's only a 3 cost, so that's great. You know, it's a very cheap level 4, but I can't really capitalize on it because I don't have a level 4 in hand. So my opponent's gonna go. He's going to summon that Devimon, and then now his Myotismon is going to attack. Now this is where I was like, dude, what are you even doing? You're clearly your Digimon's gonna die, but I didn't realize. I think I thought that Devimon had Vengeance, and it was not that it was an inheritable effect. So yeah, misplay on my part. You guys can roast me all you want, but yeah. So ShineGreymon's gonna go. It's all right. He more or less fulfilled his purpose, anyways. We were able to get off his effect, so that's fine. And then you're going to see my opponent's going to set up with a Vilemon next turn. And then what do you know? He does have 10 or more in his trash. So he's able to summon the Beelzemon straight on top of Impmon. Like ignoring its like conditions, its Digivolve cost and all that. So then, yeah, and then he's going to be able to get rid of my Repamon. So now this is kind of what I was saying. I don't have too many follow-up plays. I did draw the Angelmon, which is awesome. I have 4 memory, so what I'll probably do is just drop Angelmon, prevent Beelzemon from attacking, because Angelmon gives something security attack -2. And since he only has, you know, you could think of it as he has security attack 1, or he can only check 1 security card when he does attack. He's not going to be able to check any security cards when he does attack, or if he tries to attack next turn. So then, yeah, I don't know if I want to drop. Yeah, I didn't want to drop ShineGreymon just because it wouldn't do a whole lot. So I decided to set up with Kari. Now that I have 3 Tamers on field, I can capitalize on ShineGreymon's effects. So next turn, when I do end up dropping him, if I end up getting to that, we'll see. Then I'll be able to nuke something for 12,000. Probably going to take out that Beelzemon, unless he just summons something very problematic on top of the Vilemon. And then it is, of course, nice that I get the 3 memory every turn from TK. And now Glorious Burst just gets better and better the more Tamers you have, which is what I really like about this deck. It has a very unique playstyle centered around the Tamers. The Tamer cards themselves don't give you too much advantage until you summon ShineGreymon, until you're using cards like Glorious Burst. So unfortunately, he's going to thwart me again. He summons that Millenniumon to get rid of my setup for ShineGreymon. So now I'm back to square one. I don't have any rookies, so that really does suck. I'm left with 6 memory, so my best move is probably to throw down a Petermon and then Digivolve ShineGreymon on top for a total cost of 8, which will put him at 2, which is not bad, and I would also get to put down another Tamer card. So then I'd have 4 for ShineGreymon. And yep, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. Yeah, the whole goal of this deck is just to drop ShineGreymon, and my opponent knows that, and that's why he's trying to prevent me from getting to that point. You'll see, like, he's doing everything in his power to get rid of my ultimates, get rid of every, like, chance I have of bringing out ShineGreymon. So I have 3 Karis, which will be relevant in a little bit. Kari, what she does is if your security is less than 3, I believe, maybe 3 or less, at the start of your turn, you get to gain 1 memory. And that ability does stack. So potentially, I could be looking at a 6, starting my turn with 6 memory here, because I have TK and 3 Karis. And that's why he's being a little bit cautious, not necessarily attacking immediately. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and see what my opponent's going to do. Next turn, unless I draw a rookie, it's not looking very good for me. But if I can drop a ShineGreymon successfully, I'll be able to get rid of probably I could get rid of his Millenniumon, but it will just recur back from the trash. So I could probably just get rid of his other 2 Digimon, and then potentially use a Glorious Burst as well. Unfortunately, we're going to see a Trump Sword, so you'll see my opponent has just like gone out of his way to just get rid of everything. Now, lucky or very lucky top deck in ShineGreymon. If you know me, you know that I love ShineGreymon, especially because of that 5 summon cost. Now you'll see that ShineGreymon dropped for 4, and then I get rid of his 2 other Digimon, and this is putting me in a much better scenario now that we're still tied in security, but now he only has 1 more Digimon than me. I don't really have any means to get rid of that Millenniumon. I could Glorious Burst it, but like I said, I'd have to drop a ShineGreymon and then Glorious Burst to get rid of it completely. So I just don't know if that's worth it in terms of using all my resources just to out that 1 card, especially because it's not doing anything. It's just very powerful right now. So I might just leave that on the field. So you're going to see my opponent is going to play the mat, which lets him add a purple Digimon or a purple option card back from his trash to his hand. And we're going to see what he gets. But yeah, so next turn, I'm looking. My hand's pretty good. I do have Patamon, so I could play him. But I think I'm okay on Tamer, so I'll probably just use that for my Cupimon in the raising area because he's not really doing anything. I don't want my raising area to just be plugged up by him. So my opponent does grab the Trump Sword back, which is not good because he can just use it immediately. Oh, no, he's not playing it. Is he adding it to his hand? Okay, well, he's going to go... Yeah, okay, so he did... I guess I just didn't realize. He swung with Millenniumon first. I'm sorry about that. He swung with Millenniumon and then is going to use the Trump Sword. So you'll see Purple just has so many removal options, which is why I honestly think they're one of the best decks in the game right now. Now, you'll see... Oh my god, this was crazy. So he gave me 7 memory with that Trump Sword, and then I'm going to gain 3 more for each of those Karis. And you could argue that he probably shouldn't have attacked with the Millenniumon, because now I'm starting my turn with 10 memory. So I'm going to go ahead and check my security. You'll see a couple ShineGreymon and a Tinkermon. I think the best place to, grab the Tinkermon because I have an ultimate in ShineGreymon, don't have any Tamers in hand, so ShineGreymon isn't going to be relevant. So I'm just going to add that Tinkermon so that I can get some free draws off the Digivolve, and then I can use Patamon's effect if I need to play it. But yeah, so I'm getting set up with 5 Tamers. So we've seen a couple ShineGreymons already, and I do have 1 more in my hand, thankfully. And at this point, with 5 Tamers, I might as well, just drop it, draw a card, and then use its effect for 20,000 if my math is correct. So we're just going to see his entire field destroyed, and Millenniumon should be coming back. Right, we're going to rest all our Tamers. Yep, Millenniumon is back. And then now my opponent is going to start with 3, which is fine. He was going to start with 3 anyways. So I'm back in this game, I think. Even though he's got a little bit more security than me, it looks like we're more or less even. Now he's going to drop a Tapirmon, draw a card. And next turn, my Tinkermon's going to come out. Okay, so he's going to play a Tapirmon straight from his hand, and another one. So he's just got a bunch of these Tapirmons, which isn't good for me because he's going to have 4 Digimon next turn, and I only have 3 security. I do need to either put down a blocker, which I do have, thankfully, or I need to get rid of some of his cards. Now, I'm going to go to 6 memory, because I believe my memory was either at 2 or 3, and then TK is going to make it 3 regardless. And then I'm going to gain 3 from all of the Karis. So my memory is going to be at 6. I'm just going to go ahead swing with ShineGreymon. Thankfully, ShineGreymon does have an effect where he gains 1,000 for every one of your yellow Tamers during your turn. So he actually is at 16,000, I believe, right now. So going to run over basically everything. You're going to see a Patamon dropped as well. I'm going to activate its effect to reveal the top 4 cards in my deck and add any yellow Tamers. Don't think I revealed any. Yeah, I basically have gone through all of them, actually. I'm only playing 8, and I have 7 on screen right now. So there's a couple things I could do. I want to get rid of his security, but I won't be able to do so now, especially because I have a blocker on field. So I'm just going to put down Agumon, and the next turn I'll be able to end the game if I use my Unimon to attack. And then now he has 4 attacks, but I have a blocker, so I will be able to survive this turn if he doesn't get rid of my blocker somehow. which he could like Chimeramon or Trump Sword, but at that time, if he did that, like his turn would end. So I don't think that's going to happen here. So yeah, it could go either way, honestly. It just depends what he's going to do. He's gonna just go ahead and attack, which is fine. Like might as well attack and then get some draws off of the Tapirmons. He's going to attack again. And I'm going to go ahead and block, might as well. He's still going to get that draw because Tapirmon was destroyed. And he's going to summon a Devimon on top. Now, Devimon is going to attack the ShineGreymon. So it looks, yeah, Devimon actually not only has the inheritable, but he does have Vengeance as his effect. So he's going to kill himself and ShineGreymon. And I still have 3 Digimon, so it's okay. You know, I've gone through basically all my ShineGreymons in this game, and then he's just going to get rid of my Unimon with his Millenniumon. So 2 Digimon for me and 1 for my opponent. My opponent still has 1 memory left, so he's out of eggs though. So it looks like he's just gonna have to start hard playing from his hand if this game drags on any longer. So yeah, so I got 5 tamers. Okay, I'm searching through my trash for something. I'm not sure about that. I guess I was just looking. Yeah, so he's going to drop a Vilemon, which is not a bad play at all. But again, I do start with just so much memory. You can really see how much advantage I'm getting. These past couple of turns, I've just gotten so much memory off of Kari. So I'm going to drop that Petermon, draw a card. Drop Patamon, draw a card. I do have the Magnet Angemon, and then I'm just going to go ahead and drop him, and I'll get recovery +1. So not only do I survive this turn, I also have 4 Digimon for next turn. So he does have a blocker, but I do have that Glorious Burst. So if I played it from my hand, that Glorious Burst would only be a 4 cost. So if he leaves me with 4 more memory, I can steal this game. Like I can just walk away. Even if he Trump Sword, he's gonna Trump Sword my Magnet Angemon. I'm still going to have 4 for next turn because that Patamon's gonna come out. And yeah, he's going to leave me with 9 memory. Patamon's going to come out, so it's game over. I'm just going to go ahead, activate Glorious Burst. I think I was thinking, like, yeah, I could just win this. So I'm going to use that for 4 cost, get rid of the Vilemon, and just attack for game with all of my rookies. And you'll see his security is, like, crazy stacked. He had a bunch of Megas in there. So luckily, I was just able to win that game. Alright, so game 2, my opponent's going to start. He's going to flip over that Yamon. And then put down a Wizardmon, which leads me to believe he did not have any rookies in hand. That really sucks. So I'm just going to drop that Patamon, draw a card. And my hand's looking pretty good. Yeah, I just put down another Patamon and use its 1 plate effect, hopefully revealing a couple of yellow tamers. Unfortunately, no, even though I do run a lot of them. It happens. So then I could, unfortunately I can't really, I don't want to even like drop ShineGreymon anytime soon because I don't have any tamers. So yeah, I'm just going to put down Repamon for 3 and leave it at that. So then it's going to go to my opponent. He's going to drop a Tapirmon. And let's see, what I'm wondering why he's playing Wizardmon because I don't think he's playing any yellow support in this deck, but I could be wrong. He's going to drop a Devimon for 2, and then drop, a Demi-Devimon, and then the Devimon for 4 total. Yeah, so, okay, I was going to say, yeah, 4 total, and then it's going to go over to me. So now my Patamon's going to come out. Finally got a Yellow Tamer, so that's awesome. I think I should just, like, play TK here, because I can not only get a Tamer on field, but then also just like go through my security stack and pick out what I want. Unless, oh, that is so amazing. I'm glad I waited because now I got the Rise Greymon. I'm going to Digivolve, draw a card, and then I'm going to just go ahead and play that TK for free. So now we're getting a little bit set up for ShineGreymon. Still not sure if it's the best idea to drop him next turn. But my opponent's probably going to pull some shenanigans anyway. You saw in the last game he nuked my monsters like 20 times. So his Devimon is going to come out. And then what else could he do here? So I'm thinking I'm in a good position. Got ShineGreymon, and then a couple others. I could always Digivolve the Sirenmon on top as well, just to get another draw, and it's only 2 cost. He's going to drop that Myotismon for a 2 cost, put him down to 1, and maybe he's got another ultimate in hand. Oh, I was gonna say, yeah. There we go. We see the Metalgarurumon drop down on top of that Myotismon. Well, now I do know he has the Millenniumon in hand. So if now I probably won't drop ShineGreymon just because like I know he's going to you just get rid of it. Um, Anjuamon might not be a bad idea. I could just drop her on top of the Repamon. My turn would be over though, so I think Sirenmon might be one of those two might be the play here. You could go Sirenmon just to like draw some more cards. But yeah, gonna go ahead on Jubamon just because I already started with 3, so then I can already just get that, draw 1, get into an Agumon, draw another card, and then now I got another Tamer. And then his Metalgarurumon won't be able to attack next turn. He wouldn't be able to like use its effect anyways. It has an effect where when it attacks, you can I believe you can play a level 4 lower purple from your trash, and then it's like when played effects don't activate. But I'm just going to go ahead and put that Kari down, leave my opponent with 3, and now we're getting kind of set up for ShineGreymon. So I think my opponent's sensing that. I got 2 ultimates, so even if he gets rid of 1, he'd probably get rid of the Rise Greymon just because, he's got the Cupimon underneath them too. But either way, I still will have the ability to most likely drop ShineGreymon. So we're going to see a Pagumon throwdown. So yeah, no one's made any like major moves here. My opponent's contemplating what he could do. Yeah, he can't attack with the Metalgarurumon, so his best option is to... He can't really set up for like Beelzemon either. His trash is completely empty, and he doesn't have an Impmon on field. Nor does he have like a Tapirmon to just like cycle through cards and start drawing. So yeah, so we're just gonna see the Millenniumon, I guess. Yep, so might as well because his Metalgarurumon couldn't attack anyways, and he's going to spin the Rise Greymon back onto the bottom of my deck, and then leave me with 3, which is not a bad play, honestly. I was gonna start with 3 anyways, and for getting Millenniumon on the field, it's worth it, I think. So yeah, we're going to see my Agumon come out, and unfortunately, I don't have any champions. So putting the Sirenmon down is not gonna happen. But I decided to just drop the ShineGreymon. Can't really get rid of the Millenniumon, but the others were easy to get rid of. So yeah, we're going to see. I apologize for that cut. But basically what happened is I dropped the ShineGreymon and then nuked his monsters, and then he just trump sorted me, and I went back and played the TK. So that's why I have 3 Tamers on the field and why my ShineGreymon is nowhere to be seen. Um, but yeah, so basically now it is still my turn, and I have a Unimon and a Patamon on field. I could just definitely play Digivolve the Sirenmon for a 2 cost, and then now I'm set up for ShineGreymon, or if I wanted to go Seraphimon, which at this point my security is looking fine, so I don't think I will, and I have 3 Tamers on the field, so I think ShineGreymon is definitely the move if he survives, but unfortunately we see the Chimeramon thwarting my plans once again, so Sirenmon is going to go into the trash. And then, okay, so it's going to go over to me. He's being a little bit more cautious than last game. He didn't attack with anything, and I'm left with 4 security, so Kari's effect won't activate. And I have a lot of powerful Digimon in my hand, but unfortunately no champion, so I'm just going to have to go ahead and play Sirenmon straight from my hand. And then I could ShineGreymon or Seraphimon if I wanted to recovery +1, but I'm not in like harm's way of dying anyways, so ShineGreymon might be the move. I could also Glorious Burst, but again, I don't really want to Glorious Burst his Millenniumon. It's just not too good of a move for me. So I'm gonna actually put down a Kari instead. I think the reason I did this was just to get a 16,000 like reduction from ShineGreymon when I do drop him. I didn't necessarily need to drop him anyways. If I did, I would have just had to waste like I would have used 2 on the Chimeramon, and then the one of them would have just been wasted. So I think I'm pretty sure that's why like I just chose to play the Kari instead. So he was going to attack. He decided not to. So he's just going to actually drop that Beelzemon for 4. And I was like, wait, dude, you don't have 10 in your trash. But that's when you're summoning him on Impmon. He's doing the normal Digivolving from a level 5. So we're going to see the Beelzemon for 4. And then he's going to destroy one of my monsters with 4,000 or less. So that's going to go to the Tinkermon. So that's going to leave me with 1. And then my memory will actually go to 3 because I have the TK on field. Are we going to see that? I guess not. I do apologize for that misplay. It would have left him at 1 memory instead of 3. So that might have been, a noticeable like turn in the game. But yeah, so I apologize for that, guys. We're just gonna have to like deal with that. So he's going to put down that Impmon, and then put down the Beelzemon, and get rid of my Patamon. So he probably wouldn't have been, he wouldn't have been able to put down the Beelzemon, but my Patamon wasn't doing anything. I still would have just had like a ShineGreymon on field. My Tinkermon's not going to be able to come out. So more or less, it should be alright, I guess. But I know I'm going to get flamed for that regardless. Okay, so I'm going to put down that Sirenmon for 5, and then just try to get set up for one of my Megas. I'm probably going to have to go to Serafimon, because he's got 3 huge monsters, and I think he's just going to start attacking. Like, there's no reason not to, especially because ShineGreymon doesn't actually gain that 1,000 for each tamer during your opponent's turn, so he's sitting at only 11,000, and Millenniumon is at 13. So he's probably, and he's going to drop another Millenniumon, so that's an issue. So yeah, he's just going to spin that ShineGreymon, and my Sirenmon should be going to the trash right now. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to draw for turn, start with 4 memory, and then there I dropped another ShineGreymon on top of the Sirenmon, and then just rested all my tamers. So got rid of a Beelzemon, and then Glorious Bursted the other one, and then it's going to go back to my opponent. That Tapirmon is going to come out. And it looks, not sure who could run away with this game. I think it favors my opponent, but in terms of security, we are pretty even. But okay, so we're going to see a Grizzly Wings. He's going to bring back his Impmon, so he could have another Beelzemon in hand, or he could just be trying to, get more cards in his graveyard, and then he's probably going to attack with Tapirmon to just start drawing anyways. And if he does out my ShineGreymon, next turn I have a Tinkermon for a follow-up. I don't have any champions though, so that might be kind of annoying if he gets rid of, so I probably won't be able to, drop the RiseGreymon or stall out with the Angelmon. Okay, luckily I did draw the Petermon there. So we're going to see the Cupimon flipped over, and then I'm going to put the Tinkermon down on top. But 4-1 is not looking too good. I could go ahead, drop the the Petermon, just to kind of set up for my RiseGreymon, in case one of my 3 RiseGreymons, in case I do get to drop him. But I wouldn't, without another ShineGreymon in hand, it's not like too big of a deal. Like, I already have 4 tamers. So we're going to see that Devimon. In case I try to attack with the ShineGreymon next turn, he can always get rid of it with Vengeance. And he's going to draw for that. And I actually just unrested all my tamers. I didn't bother unresting them earlier. But yeah, so he's got 4 on the field. He could start swinging. He's going to play a... oh yeah, I think this is why. So he plays the Wizardmon straight from his hand. I was wondering why he didn't attack, but... because of Kari, he really just wants to end me all in one blow. He doesn't want to put me at, like, under 3 security, and then I'll get, like, a +2 memory every single turn. So I think that's good on my opponent's part. He doesn't have another Digimon coming out next turn, but I don't have any blockers. So unless I get rid of something, he could just kill me next turn with his 5 Digimon. So I do just go ahead and attack with ShineGreymon because I can kind of sense like there's not really a way out. Um, but yeah, so I'm gonna attack with that. I can stall a little bit with Anjuamon, so I'm going to draw one. I think I'm gonna target the Millenniumon, like stop that from attacking. So now he'll only have 4 attacks, so I do get to live the next turn. But I still don't think there's too much I can do. I don't have any champions, so I'm gonna have to either like drop like a Patamon or the Seraphimon. That's like my only good play, just to get the recovery +1. So now I'm sitting back at 5 security, and then I drew off the Seraphimon. And the next turn, if all goes well, well, my ShineGreymon's probably gonna get killed. Yeah, and then I'll be able to take out 3 security cards with the Seraphimon and the Tinkermon, but with no other monsters, I won't be able to close out the game unless I can like do something about his field. But he's going to kill my ShineGreymon, set up a blocker, so that's even worse. Like even though I have 2 Digimon in the field, like if he wanted to, he could just block the Seraphimon with his Vilemon, and it'd be fine. But he's just gonna start swinging. So sacrifice his Wizardmon, whatever. He has the advantage right now. Doesn't really matter. And then he could just start attacking with his other 2, but now he wouldn't be able to finish me. So like I said, he wants to be very cautious, make sure he's got this game in the bag. And then he's just gonna drop another Vilemon. So that pretty much like nulls my chance, any chance I had of winning. I'm gonna draw no eggs to flip over it. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and attack with Seraphimon. Like there's like nothing I can do. I don't have any removal in my hand. I don't have any like champions to start drawing off of the Tinkermon, so he's just gonna block my Seraphimon. And with that, like I could attack with Tinkermon, but he would just block it and it would be pointless. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and play Patamon and then reveal the top 4. I think I chose to not do it, but I'm pretty sure it's a mandatory effect. So even though I've gone through like literally all my tamers, yeah. So to my knowledge, it's a mandatory effect, so you have to do it anyways. So I just go ahead and do it. It's not gonna matter. Oh, okay. I actually did reveal the last Kari and the last TK. Wow. Okay, I scratched that. It did matter actually, but without any way of like getting those on the field because like I have the Rise Greymon, but I don't have a ShineGreymon and I don't have a level 4 to like bridge that gap between them. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and play TK. Add the Glorious Burst, which is nice. So like I'll have some sort of removal option, but he's just gonna attack my Seraphimon. Like I could have left it, and I probably should have just left it in active phase or active like mode. But it didn't matter too much. Like even if I did, he would still have 3 security cards. He'd have another Vilemon on field actually, so he'd actually have more Digimon than this. And then without any way to get rid of his blockers, I still wouldn't be able to do anything. So it's going to go back to me, and then I'm just going to drop that Tinkermon, and then try to do something here to set up. But even if I Glorious Burst, I've got 4, yeah, I've got 4 security cards, so I can Glorious Burst just to survive a turn. I do get rid of the Beelzemon, because I was scared of like if he dropped another Millenniumon, there was like no way I was winning. So I just wanted to prevent that in any way possible. He's going to play a Gabumon and then Digivolve into Myotismon just to draw a card, and then play a Demi Devimon. So now he has got 6 Digimon on field. He has most certainly got this game because I don't have any blockers. I think I was trying to just like draw into anything. Like just give me a Unimon, give me a Glorious Burst, a Seven Heavens, whatever. But I'm just gonna go ahead and play or Digivolve into Rise Greymon, play Kari. It doesn't matter. And then he's just going to be able to get rid of all of my security cards. He's gonna actually have to pay. Wow. Okay. Scratch that. He summoned Chimeramon and then got rid of the Rise Greymon. I think he's being like extremely cautious and just to get rid of any potential threats. I didn't actually have anything. Like I mean, okay, true. If I had, that was probably a good play because if I did have a ShineGreymon in my hand, I could have dropped it and it gone for 24,000. Which could have definitely done some damage. So kudos to my opponent. That was actually a good move. I'm gonna play Rise Greymon and then play another Kari. I've got a shit ton of Tamers on my field, and I do actually drop the ShineGreymon for 7. So 7 times 4,000 would be 28,000, and I can split that up in any way I want. So I'm going to get rid of the Millenniumon, so I would have had to use, what, 4 on that. And then I'm going to use 2 on that, and then 1 on that last Gabumon. Yeah, and if you guys did notice, I actually ended up decking out in this game, which was crazy. It was a very drawn out game. So yeah, that's gonna be the end of the video, guys. It was only 2 games with 1 win each. Just because this video is already getting very long, even with editing and everything, it was already like over like 30 minutes. So I just wasn't sure if people would want to watch a very long video, which is why I only included 2 games. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. As always, thank you very much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you want more content, and look forward to more Digimon content.